You want to talk about steel for a little bit, or do you want to soldier
Yeah.
on some of the?
Yeah. So along with the steel, it also kind of sort of interlocks with my choice of stone. I like these king stones. They're just a regular natural clay stone. It's man-made, but it's natural clay. And I like it because it's sort of a little more forgiving. I get a little more feel. Those hard ceramic stones, I'm not putting them down. If you have them and you like them, great. I don't like the feel. It feels like I'm on some really harsh thing, and I don't get a slurry that gets built up. So some of those shaped in and some of those stones, if they're 8,000 grit, let's say, they are 8,000 grit. That is it. They'll still be 8,000 grit at the end of the sharpening session, at the beginning. This stone will build up a slurry, and the slurry will get finer and finer and start polishing more and more as you kind of move along. And it mimics more a natural stone. And I like that. But I try to use O1 steel. I do not like the A2 steel that got all hyped up, and I'll tell you why in a second. But the A2 steel is much harder to sharpen on these natural stones, and it almost kind of requires the shaped in stones and those ceramic stones. And yeah, I mean, you can do it on this, and I do it because I ended up with a few of these. Oh, I've got some of these Lee Nielsen planes. And some of them I was able to get them with O1 blades. Some of them I haven't got around to making my own O1 blades. And some of them I ended up with the A2 steel, which I'm not a fan of.
Can we talk a little bit about the difference between the two and how you can tell the difference and all that?
It's kind of tough to tell the difference. The spark pattern's different when you grind them, but I don't remember exactly what what that is. You'd have to look it up and then be able to read the sparks, off of a grinding wheel. And that's, you can tell. But O1 steel is oil hardening steel. A2 is air hardening. There's W1, W2, water hardening. There's those, powdered steels, which are maybe they're M, X15, Y13 minus 12. I don't know, some, fancy stuff, the promise of no sharpening or something. But O1 is a really good tool steel. It's really stable. It's stable in heat treating. It doesn't distort. It gets plenty hard. You can take it to Rockwell 64. Ron Hawk loves it. He started selling, I don't know if anybody knows, Ron Hawk is like the man with replacement plain iron blades and stuff like that. I think a lot of people are familiar who he is, but he started selling he's a friend. He started selling the A2 because that was just the market demanded. And people came out with A2, and A2 steel has more and larger carbide particles that form in it than O1. And those carbide particles are quite hard, and they will give it more abrasion resistance. So the edge might last a little longer, but it doesn't get as sharp initially because you've got these big carbide particles that are right in this matrix of the steel. They're really hard to get to grind them. So the thing that makes them abrasion resistant also makes it really hard to sharpen. And it's not as tough as O1. So steel toughness and abrasion resistance are two different things. And if you have a chisel made out of A2 steel and you hit it, that edge is going to crumble more readily than O1 steel will, because of those carbide particles will break out of the matrix and you'll have a less sharp edge. And so I don't like it because it's hard to sharpen. If I was planing bamboo fly rods all day, I think that it would be cool. If I had to work with teak a whole bunch or something, I might like it a little. I don't know. I just O1 to me it's just fine. It works great. It's easy. It's easy to get it, and heat treat it yourself to make your own irons or chisels if you want to. And I just, yeah, to me, it's the shit. Never needed to go anywhere beyond that.